A very happy morning to all of you children. Welcome to the science class. Children, today we will continue with the chapter metals and non-metals. Just to recall quickly, in the last two sessions we have talked about regarding the physical properties of metals and non-metals. Now in today's class we will talk more about regarding the chemical properties of metals. Now, what do we understand by the term chemical properties, children? Chemical properties is basically how a substance changes into a completely different substances by undergoing a chemical reaction. So that's basically chemical properties. Metal, they do differ in their ability to react with other substances like air, water, acids and bases. Different metals react with different substances in different way. Okay, so first we will go ahead and study the action of oxygen on metals. Metals, they react with oxygen to form oxides. Now these oxides so formed with the reaction with metals are basic in nature. If you remember, in the 7th standard you have studied about acid and bases. So basic in nature is forming bases. What are bases? Bases are slippery to touch, they are bitter in taste, and when bases react with acid, what do they form? They form salts, right? And how about the litmus test paper? Litmus test paper आपकी टीचर ने आपको 7th standard में कराया होगा. Yes. So the bases turn red litmus into blue. Yeah. So metals react with oxygen to form oxides, and these oxides are basic in nature. If we see here on the screen, we see reaction of iron metal with oxygen. So how does iron reacts with oxygen? What does it forms? The best example आपने देखा भी होगा इसको अपनी डे टू डे लाइफ में is the rusted iron. Iron reacts with the moist air and it forms iron oxide with the release of water vapors. So that forms the corrosion. During the process of corrosion, what happens? The metals get damaged and they are eaten away basically. Yeah. So क्या होता है? Iron reacts with आयरन के जो मेटल होता है it reacts with oxygen in the air and it forms iron oxide which is rust in general language. हिंदी में हम उसे जंग लगना कहते हैं. Yeah, so that is corrosion. Corrosion is the chemical reaction between a material, usually a metal, and its environment. It produces a thin layer over the material and damages the metal. And corrosion of iron is commonly called as rusting. The other metals also react with oxygen, like magnesium. It reacts with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. Magnesium, iron and aluminium react slowly with oxygen. When they are left exposed to air for a long time, they lose their luster and they become dull. The reason they become dull because they form an oxide layer on them as a result of reaction of oxygen present with the air in the air. Yes, children, when magnesium ribbon can are obtained, magnesium के है ribbon form में भी in the laboratory we see that magnesium के है एक ribbon form में भी आता है. And when we go ahead and burn these magnesium ribbon, it burns with a shiny white flame and produces a white powder of magnesium oxide. So magnesium को हम in the presence of oxygen जब burn करेंगे, it produces a shiny white flame और जो उसकी ash produce होती है, that is nothing but magnesium oxide which is basic in nature. Yes, हमने पढ़ा है metal react with oxygen to form oxide. How do we know that this magnesium oxide is basic in nature? We will do a litmus test paper here, a test here. We will dissolve this ash, magnesium oxide की जो ash है उसे हम पानी में dissolve करेंगे and we will check on the red litmus test. रेड लिटमस पेपर लेके हम उसे वाटर में डिप करेंगे. व्हाट विल हैपन टू द रेड लिटमस पेपर? इट विल टर्न ब्लू. यस, सो द metal forms metal oxides. Metals like sodium and potassium, children, they are reactive metals. They are very reactive metals and they react with oxygen very easily and form their oxides. This is the reason that they are placed in kerosene. Okay, so oxygen के साथ they react readily and they form oxides, thus they are placed in kerosene. Metals like copper react with oxygen when they are strongly heated, but silver and gold, they don't react. All right, so this was about the action of oxygen on metals. The next chemical properties of metal will study about the action of water on metals. Children, metal react with water to form metal oxide or metal hydroxide. Hydroxide is basically a presence of OH, and what happens during this reaction? Hydrogen gas is formed. More reactive metals react more strongly or vigorously with water. Like sodium and potassium, they are very reactive metals. So they react very vigorously with cold water and they form soluble hydroxides and hydrogen gas is released which burns with a pop sound. Okay, so a large amount of heat is produced because of which the hydrogen catches fire and it burns with a pop sound. So sodium and potassium, looking at the first proper chemical reaction of the oxides and water, we understand that sodium and potassium are highly reactive metals. And this is the reason they are placed in kerosene so that they don't react with the oxygen or water. Because if they are left open in the air, they will react with the oxygen and form oxides easily. And also, when sodium and potassium are left open in the air, water vapors are present that would react and make them to form hydroxides, releasing hydrogen gas that might burn with a pop sound. Yes, so here if we see on the screen, sodium reacts with water to form sodium hydroxide. Na is the chemical symbol. It is the symbol of sodium. Na represents sodium which forms sodium hydroxide and releases hydrogen. The second reaction if you see is of potassium. K stands for potassium. Potassium reacts with water to form potassium hydroxide releasing hydrogen. Yes, so this is the action of water on metals. Now children, if you see on page number 60, you have an activity. We will discuss this activity in the Zoom class. Okay. Now we will go ahead and study regarding the action of acids on metals. Before we go ahead and talk about reaction of acids on metals, let me tell you that metals like silver, gold and platinum, they don't react much with the steam. So that is one of the reasons they are also called as noble metals, as they are less reactive. So they are also called as noble metals. The next reaction that we'll study is the chemical reaction is action of acids on metals. When a metal reacts with an acid, effervescence or bubbles of hydrogen gas are formed with the evolution of heat energy. Now children, what is effervescence or bubbles? आप सबने पानी में इनो को डाला होगा, right? When you add eno into the water, it forms effervescence. Yes, those formation of the bubbles is actually called as effervescence. Yes, so when metal reacts with an acid, bubbles of hydrogen gas are formed with the release of heat energy. Also, salts are formed. So if we see here on the screen, when magnesium, Mg stands for magnesium, reacts with HCl, what does HCl represents? HCl is a hydrochloric acid. Yeah. So when magnesium, which is a metal, reacts with hydrochloric acid, it forms magnesium chloride with the release of hydrogen gas. Metals like magnesium, aluminium, zinc, they react readily with acids and displace hydrogen from it. If we see here, aluminium reacts with hydrochloric acid, it forms aluminium chloride, which is also known as aluminium trichloride, and it releases hydrogen gas. Zinc reacts with H2SO4. What does H2SO4 stands for? H2SO4 stands for sulfuric acid. So when zinc reacts with sulfuric acid, it forms zinc sulfate with the release of hydrogen gas. Na, that is sodium, when it reacts with hydrochloric acid, it forms sodium chloride. Fe, that is iron, it reacts with hydrochloric acid and forms iron chloride with the release of hydrogen gas. Metals like copper, silver, gold, platinum, which are noble metals, they don't release hydrogen from dilute acids. The next topic that we have is action of bases on metals. Now children, we all know that what are bases? Bases are bitter in taste and they react with acids to form salts. So most metals do not react with bases. Or most of the metals they don't easily react with the metals. However, some of the metals they react with the strong bases. Aluminium, lead and zinc react with strong bases like sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide to form some complex compounds with the release of hydrogen gas. Yes, so we have sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide as the bases here, which react with the metals to form complex compounds. So here aluminium is reacting with NaOH. NaOH is sodium hydroxide, which reacts with water and forms sodium aluminate and releases hydrogen. Zinc reacts with another strong base, potassium hydroxide, to form potassium zincate with the release of hydrogen gas. Metals do not react with a weak base like ammonium hydroxide. So we understand here that weak base का example क्या है? Ammonium hydroxide, and strong bases का example क्या है? Sodium hydroxide and potassium hydroxide. All right, children. So next we will study about the displacement reactions of metals, which is also called as metal displacement reaction. This displacement reaction is basically it is based upon the reactivity series. Children, on the screen now you're looking at the reactivity series of metals, which is basically showing the decreasing order of the reactivity. Potassium, the metal which is at the top, is the most reactive metal. Here potassium, and platinum, which is at the bottom, is the least reactive metal. So the reactivity series is arranged in the decreasing order of reactions shown by the metals. So we'll go ahead and study about the displacement reaction. So can you tell me what do we understand by the word displacement? Displacement is taking the place, For example, I am sitting on a chair, I get up and move, and someone else comes and sits on the same chair. So he has displaced me, right? So similarly, in the displacement reaction, a more reactive metal can displace a less reactive metal from its salt solution. This reaction is termed as displacement reaction. For example, when iron reacts with copper sulfate, what happens? If we see the reactivity series, where is iron placed? Iron is on 7th place and copper is at 10th place, right? So it means that iron is more reactive than copper, right? So we have iron reacting with copper sulfate solution, which is a salt solution. Yeah. So what will happen? Iron is more reactive, so it will be able to displace copper. It will form iron sulfate with the release of copper. Alright. So similarly, magnesium when reacts with copper sulfate, magnesium is also more reactive than copper. So it will be able to form magnesium sulfate with the release of copper. And zinc when reacts with copper sulfate, it forms zinc sulfate releasing copper. On the other hand, a less reactive metal will not be able to displace more reactive metal from its salt solution. As a result, there will be no reaction between iron and zinc sulfate, copper and magnesium sulfate. Yes, हमने देखा कि मैग्नीशियम विद जब कॉपर सल्फेट में के साथ रिएक्ट करता है, सो इट हैज़ फॉर्म मैग्नीशियम सल्फेट रिलीजिंग कॉपर. दैट्स बिकॉज मैग्नीशियम इज मोर रिएक्टिव देन कॉपर. अगर हम यही उल्टा रिएक्शन करें, अगर हम कॉपर को रिएक्ट कराएं मैग्नीशियम सल्फेट के साथ, will copper be able to displace magnesium? No, that is because copper is less reactive than magnesium. So it will not be able to displace the magnesium. Alright children, so this is about the displacement reaction. You can go through the reactivity series, learn it. Also on page number in your textbook, page number 60, table 4.3 has the chemical symbols of some non-metals, and page number 59 has table 4.2 showing the chemical symbols of some metals. You can learn those chemical symbols. That will be actually helpful for you all. Yes, and in this session we have studied about the chemical properties of metals, where we studied that how metals react with oxygen, water, acids, bases, and also about the displacement reaction. Read through the textbook and try to understand the chemical reactions. For your better understanding, other YouTube links are also sent along with my video. Yes, also I'm sending you the PDF with the question answers related to it. You can make a note of these question answers in your classwork notebook, in your science classwork notebook. Alright, if you have queries, you can WhatsApp me or we can discuss that in the Zoom class, children. So please read through the textbook for better understanding. First, watch the video. Along with watching the video, read the textbook as well for better understanding. So I hope you all have a lovely day ahead and enjoy e-learning. Thank you.